stuff. Let's see. Okay, so let's start this thing again. It's your girl Anaya A, and this is going to be going live, or it's going to be, it's recording now. It'll be up on YouTube later. But I just wanted to talk to you guys. I already talked about the hair real quick, so now I want to talk to you guys about getting our voices back, getting our freedom back, standing on our own 2 feet. Look, real quick. I got to talk about the hair again because this is a live recording. I haven't combed out this hair in months, fam. So this is all new growth, and I'm excited. You know, Black women, we can go from a wig to our natural hair to a bob to braids down our butts in just a couple of minutes. It's just amazing being a Black woman, I swear. But anyway, let's talk about this real quick because I need you all to join forces with your girl Anaya A. And the reason I'm on this morning, I know you guys saw me last night. So you're getting a double whammy of your girl Anaya, right? And it's because I finally have some strength again. I finally have my bearings. I'm relocating to a new, beautiful space. And at the end of the day, I wanted to come on because as I was getting ready earlier today with the boy King, it dawned on me, right? I have been in media for like 2 decades. And because of that, I have accumulated a whole lot of connections and contacts. And even with the new situation I'm going through presently, I have made, a couple of my media contact friends, but it's for like a whole other story. It's for a whole other story helping other people. And because of who I am as a philanthropist, as an entrepreneur, as a humanitarian, as an advocate, activist, you know, um, just being a Naya A, always looking out for somebody else because I know what pain feels like. I know what it means when people, look in my eyes and I can see that they're hurting because I'm hurting too, right? And so I'm always looking out to help other people. And sometimes I forget about myself. Well, duh. So this morning, as I'm getting ready to head out and things like that, I done got ready. I said I'm wearing the natural hair today because when I wear the natural hair, I feel the presence of God. By the way, look at that poof up top. Again, haven't combed this thing out in months. So this is just a condition and go. Literally, guys, like no comb, no nothing, right? Um, so literally, as I'm heading out, it dawned on me, the media. I've been in media for 2 decades. When I first got on this journey just about 3 weeks ago or so, right? I couldn't get help. I couldn't get a domestic violence officer on board. No officers from the 44th precinct would even do their job basically and come out and do a police escort or whatnot. It just became so overwhelming when I realized how broken the system was that I was actually about to call the mayor and raise hell at City Hall, which I do often for different issues. And then I decided to take a break. I decided that this story is a story, yes, right? For all those that know me, I'm always in the news about something. As of late, not as much because of the baby, but I realized at that moment that the story needed to be told in a different way. Like we can't just raise hell that the police are not doing their jobs because duh, they get paid not to do their jobs oftentimes. We can't just tell the story from a domestic violence survivor's point of view because so many women survive domestic violence. So what is the story, Anaya? Why is it important for us to tell, our stories in our own voices? Well, it's the lack of resources, it's the lack of services, it's the lack of empathy that we as a people have to endure because technically we're still not even human in the freaking Constitution. I feel because the Constitution says that we're still not even a full human, that oftentimes Black people, especially Black women, are just disregarded. Like we are taken for like nothing. Our feelings don't matter. Our lives really don't matter, right? And at the end of the day, I'm on here this morning to ask you if you've ever survived, like, let's say, interrelational, violence, or if you've ever survived, like, community violence, or if you know of anybody that's actually tried to reach out to the police and they haven't done anything. If you've tried to reach out to the domestic violence community team at a precinct and they haven't stood up for you in any way, shape, or form, I think that might be the angle with what's happening presently. As we can see, just recently, a Black woman called the police for help, and then she was gunned down and killed. Right? We have so many instances in our communities where the police will come in and kill our people. We'll fight, we'll scream, we'll picket, we'll run around and say no justice, no peace. You know, Al Sharpton will come out and say his piece about why the police shouldn't be killing, our people. But then where is the empathy for those that actually do make it out? That actually have a voice, who actually are still alive and who haven't died. Like, this is why I started Neighborhood Violence Survivors Alliance like years ago. But of course, you think when you start an organization, or when you start, a whole entity, and you're doing better, and you start your businesses and different things like that, you have a safe place to live, and everything is going to go super well. You're not going to have another issue. Well, for whatever reason, God keeps allowing me to go through major crisis. And at the end of the day, I'm no longer embarrassed. Good morning from Cheetahwaga, Buffalo. Good morning, John. Good morning from England. We have people from England watching and everything. So I, at first, was like super embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, Anaya, another crisis you're going through, another situation. Why you? Why are you constantly going through the things that you go through? First of all, I think it's generational. Let's talk about it. A lot of people have like this thing on them, like this thing on their back that's like almost a tattoo or something, that things keep happening to them, right? I've seen it in other people. Like I said, I can see things in people. I look in people's eyes sometimes and I see people's pain. I see the hurt. I see the generational curses. But for whatever reason, sometimes I forget that I have a generational curse in my family too, that I have significant issues in my family that has been happening for so many years, but people don't talk about it, because once you expose it and once you begin to talk about it, especially in a family like mine, especially being Haitian American from the Caribbean, right? Everything is supposed to be hush hush. We can't talk about certain things. Why are you revealing certain things that are happening in our family? Because damn it, we have to break the curse. We have to fight against the things that are affecting us and attacking us. Because why are we sitting here suffering in silence? That's what I've always done, right? So when things start to look up for me, I often forget, oh, shoot, maybe I should go back and remove this generational curse, however that's possible. So today, I stand up and I say, no more is enough. Or what is it? No more. No more, first of all. And enough is enough. I am such a nerd. I know. It's been a long day already. Enough is enough, and we're not taking it anymore, right? So, with that being said, if you have a history of domestic violence that you have gone through, or if you know of somebody, or if you want to tell a story that others are too afraid to tell, if you know of police officers not doing their jobs, like that are supposed to be in the community saving lives, but don't care, they're just getting paid to walk around, maybe the trains, and just, pushing people off of the platforms. I'm just joking, they don't really do that, but we don't know what they're doing because they're not around when you call them. And if you guys have any kind of story, or if you guys know of anybody struggling right now, in my particular instance, and I'm gonna say it like this, right? Because I'm not embarrassed. Like, honestly, like, people think that because I've been on national TV, because I'm constantly around like politicians and I'm constantly like fighting for people, that I should have so much more and I should be so better well off, which is true. It's true. It's definitely true. But nobody knows how much I have in my bank accounts, right? Excuse me. You don't know exactly what I have, what I don't have, and things like that. You just know I be going through hell. Because obviously I was chosen, possibly. Hey, you can't do that. Let's say hi. You want to say hi? Yeah. Come and say hi. Okay. You cannot, first of all, judge a book by its cover, right? And secondly, you can't tell somebody what they can and cannot go through while they're going through it, because you really don't know if God allows it for a reason. So I've come to the conclusion, and it's in my humble opinion, in my absolute humble opinion, excuse me, that maybe God has chosen me for yet another mission. Because in this last thing I just went through, which was pure chaos, which I was not expecting, which literally makes me wonder about humanity. You know what I mean? And why people act the way they act, and how can people treat others so poorly. But that's another segment for another time. During this past 3 weeks, right? When everybody's out celebrating with family and friends, and when things are supposed to be the happiest, but in some people's lives, things are the darkest during this during this time, right? Guess what, fam? I've discovered so much truth about myself. I've discovered why I'm going through what I'm going through. And guess what? I'm not just discovering all of these issues, I'm taking the steps to fix my issues. Because you cannot discover the issues and then say, oh, we're just going to sit in the issue. We're not going to fight back. We're not going to take control because we want this to keep happening over and over and over again. That's not going to happen. Because at the end of the day, when you discover the truth and when you know why you're going through what you're going through, your next course of action should be taking action. We cannot wait to be saved, fam. We cannot. Because obviously that shit don't work. It really don't. So at the end of the day, like I said, as I was getting ready today to head out to take care of my business with that boy King, obviously he's causing a whole, meltdown and whatnot. I realized something, that nobody is going to save me. Like nobody's going to save you. And furthermore, if you know somebody going through something, be there for that person. And if you want me to communicate with them, let me know, because I'm taking this now to the next level. I've had a chance to spend time to reflect, to think, to get rest, because obviously when you go through pure chaos in your life, oftentimes you're going to be like not just malnourished a lot of times, but you're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be exhausted emotionally, physically, mentally. You're going to wonder, why me? You're going to probably hate the fact that you're going through yet another crisis. But once you've had time to think about your issues and also to reflect on the fact that you're alive and you still have a voice, then it's time again to take action and to fight back. Because you cannot say that you're not here for a reason. And in closing, let me share this with you guys. I know. We're heading out. You okay? You okay? Yeah? Stand up. Cute boy. Ah, okay. You know these little guys. Look, look, look. King, say hi. King, you said hi. Okay. And in closing, just yesterday, because I know what it feels like to go through pain, to go through hurt, for God to allow me to go through certain things, because He knew I'd be strong enough to handle it and make it. Guess what, fam? I walked into this little mom and pop cafe yesterday, just yesterday, right? You ready, Poppy? Let's go. Can I just share this last story? Yes? No? Okay, that means no. Okay, King says no, I can't share this last story. I will be back for part 2 to share this story about a beautiful young lady I met yesterday, whom basically was suicidal. And because I know about pain, and because of spiritual warfare and having generational curses in my family and different things like this, both sides of the family, mind you, not one side is better than the next, right? Guess what, fam? We were able to help save this young lady's life, literally, just yesterday. So with that being said, I want you guys to understand, God don't waste your pain. He don't waste your tears, right, King? Just like King's tears are not being wasted now, God does not waste our tears. He does not waste our pain. So if you are struggling and if you are battling, and if you need anybody to talk to right now, hit me up and understand you're not alone. And King is saying that he loves you too, right, King? Yeah, yeah. All he wants to do is jump around and play, and that's what we're gonna do now because my boy deserves happiness, right? High five. He gave me a high five. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna go. I'll be back to tell you the story about this beautiful sister who literally is no longer suicidal. We helped her yesterday. All right, I gotta go. All right, King, let's go. Let's go, Papi. We're going now. I'm hanging up now. We'll be back later, okay?